Scary Mysteries, Twisted News, Denver House Fire, and another Fort Hood soldier gone missing. Tragic deaths and unsettling disappearances. Every week, Twisted News dives into a pair of unique yet equally shocking cases currently developing in our world. This week, we'll explore the shocking and heartbreaking news of an entire family in Colorado and another soldier whose name has been added in a string of mysterious disappearances and killings at a U.S. Army base. Get ready for Scary Mysteries, Twisted News. Number 1. Denver House Fire. Out of all the many ways that we human beings can die, perhaps nothing could be more agonizing than to perish while being burned alive. Just the thought of someone slowly being eaten by a fiery blaze can be very terrifying. For such reasons, only a few crimes are considered more horrible than the crime of arson. This arson case that recently caught the attention of the masses has unfortunately resulted in the loss of many innocent lives, including young children. News broke out earlier this August about a house fire that killed 3 adults and 3 children in suburban Denver. The victims identified were 29-year-old Jibril Diol, his wife Aja, who was 23, and their 2-year-old daughter Khadijah. Also caught in the fiery onslaught was Jibril's sister, Hassan, who was 25, and her infant daughter, Hawa. Diol and his family inhabited the lower part of a 2-story house. Meanwhile, 3 other people occupied the upper floor. Fortunately for them, the trio were able to escape from the blaze by jumping from the 2nd floor. The fire broke out around 2:30 a.m. on Wednesday, August 5th, 2020. A handful of videos caught by neighbors around Green Valley Ranch, the site of the unfortunate incident, reveal raging pillars of fire engulfing the aforementioned residence. The investigators at the Denver PD determined that the fire outbreak was actually intentionally set. Local authorities have since looked into the homicide angle in their investigation, and so several surveillance cameras in the area were being looked into. In one of the most recent updates in the case, the Denver police released what are supposed to be snapshots of CCTV footage in the area. Captured is a chilling image of 3 people wearing full face masks, and one of them appears to look directly at the camera. Authorities tagged the 3 shady individuals as suspects in starting the fire. They were further seen fleeing the area, driving a 4-door dark sedan. Police have announced a $14,000 bounty to anyone who can offer information leading to the identification and arrest of the suspects. The community of Green Valley Ranch were stricken with grief over what had happened to the victims, who were members of Denver's Senegalese community. Diol came to the U.S. from Senegal more than a decade ago to pursue his dream of becoming an engineer. He received his degree in civil engineering from Colorado State University and has since then settled in the neighborhood with his wife and daughter. According to his school profile, Diol was the first in his family to earn a college degree. In one of his statements, he said that his dream is to build roads and infrastructure that could help improve the lives of his fellow countrymen in rural Senegal. At the time of his death, Diol was working for a local construction company. His co-workers, as well as the local Muslim community, held a day of mourning for the victims. Reports indicated that more than 100 people had shown up for the memorial that was held outside the burned-out house a day after the fire. Muslim leaders called on the police to consider the possibility of hate crimes as the cause. This could be a possibility, as in the past few years, the Denver PD has arrested individuals who are allegedly threatening to harm Islamic followers in the area. For instance, in 2015, a woman was caught on the verge of setting fire to a Muslim congregation in Arapahoe County, Colorado. Police said they are looking at every possible angle. Should they determine that this is in fact a hate crime, the community should be able to know about it right away. Support and condolences are pouring in every day for the Diol family, including ones from Michael Hancock, who's Denver's mayor, and Senegal President Macky Sall. Hancock, meanwhile, urged everyone to pledge donations to the GoFundMe account that was set up for the Diol family. All these proceeds will help send their remains back to Senegal. Number 2. New Fort Hood soldier goes missing. What exactly is going on at Fort Hood? It's a United States Army post located in Killeen, Texas, and again it's found itself in the national spotlight as yet another mysterious disappearance case has plagued the base. On August 21, 2020, the Army officials at Fort Hood issued a missing soldier alert for the disappearance of one Sergeant Elder Fernandez. The 23-year-old had been missing since August 17th. Family members told the authorities that the young officer was last seen on Monday afternoon after a staff sergeant dropped him off at his home located on Woodlands Drive in Killeen. He was seen wearing black Army PT shorts, a t-shirt, and red sports shoes. Sergeant Fernandez was a chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear specialist. He was assigned to the 1st Cavalry Division Maintenance Brigade at the Central Texas Army installation. In a press conference, the Army said that Fernandez reported to them that he was a victim of sexual assault in May of this year. Allegedly, he was then bullied and hazed for reporting the incident. However, an investigation conducted on the case determined Fernandez's claims to be unsubstantiated. Later on, he was hospitalized at Fort Hood on August 11th. Then he was released on August 17th, the very same day that he vanished. Further inquiries, however, failed to determine the purpose of his hospitalization. Fernandez was supposed to call his mother after he was discharged, but failed to do so. Then on August 25th, his family heard the news that a body had been found hanging in a tree located about 25 miles east of the base. Found at the scene was a black backpack containing the dead person's driver's license, phone, and other essential items. A military ID was also discovered in the pants pocket. However, the details of these new developments added more reason for everyone to be confused and anxious. On that same day, the Temple Police Department, the unit who responded to the distress call, released a statement saying that the IDs found along the corpse may belong to the missing Army officer. However, the police still couldn't determine if it really was Fernandez. The precinct further said that they still have no forensic confirmation that could tie up the body's identity to the information stated in the IDs. For what it's worth, the initial investigation from the Temple Police indicated that they haven't found any evidence of foul play. And then, like a nightmare that has come to reality, a subsequent update from Fort Hood officially declared the identity of the dead body. According to their report, the deceased was indeed Sergeant Elder Fernandez. The subject had been dead for some period of time already before being discovered. Amidst their grief and sorrow, the Fernandez family had been calling out about the investigation being conducted over the young sergeant's disappearance and eventual death. In a statement given to the press, they implied that the Army may have knew something was up. And this wouldn't be the first time that the public has been wary over multiple accidents, disappearances, murders, and deaths that have happened in and around the base. Just recently, news broke out regarding the murder of Army Specialist Vanessa Gielen. The 20-year-old was initially reported to be missing on April 22nd of this year, but much to the shock of her family and friends, her dismembered remains were later found on June 30th. They were buried in multiple shallow graves 30 miles from the base, and the suspect, Specialist Aaron Robinson, a fellow Fort Hood soldier, killed himself on July 1st after her remains were discovered. On August 12th, Army Specialist Jacob Atton was killed in a road accident. At the time, he was helping direct traffic at the scene of a minor crash in Killeen. Earlier than that, another Fort Hood soldier, Francisco Hernandez Vargas, was found dead after a boating accident at Stillhouse Hollow Lake, 15 miles from the base. All in all, there are now a total of 12 reported deaths of Fort Hood soldiers since January of this year. Meanwhile, Fernandez's disappearance and eventual death comes exactly 1 year after another Fort Hood soldier, Gregory Weddle Morales, went missing. So there were two of the most heartbreaking and disturbing cases currently happening. The world can be a crazy place, and Twisted News is sure to show you why. If you enjoyed watching this video, then please remember to subscribe to our channel. We have new videos coming out every single week for you guys to check out. And check out our new podcast called Everytown, which is available wherever you listen to your podcasts and on this channel as well every Friday. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys soon.